This is what your life like. Try to live your life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie, but it's really very lifelike. Every single night, right? Every single fight, right? I was looking at the gram and I don't even like lights. I was screaming at my daddy, told me it ain't Christ-like. I was screaming at the referee, just like Mike. Looking for a bright light. Seagull, what your life like? Riding on a white bike, feeling like a sight bike. Pressing on the gas, supernova for a night light. Screaming at my dad and he told me it ain't Christ-like. But nobody never tell you when you're being like Christ. Only ever seeing me, only when they needing me. Like if Tyler Perry made a movie for BT, searching for a deity. Now you wanna see it free, now you wanna see it free. Let you see it 3 apiece. Tell me what your life like, turn it down a bright light. Driving with my dad and he told me it ain't Christ-like. I'm just trying to find, I've been looking for a new way. I'm just really trying not to really do the fool way. I don't have a cool way, being on my best though. Block up on the text though, nothing else next though. Not another word, let a picture or a decimal. Wrestling with God, I don't really wanna rest so. Man, it's really lifelike, everything in my life. Arguing with my dad and he said it ain't Christ-like. Man. You know it's like
buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to watch Tim Pool leave some liberal guy speechless in a stunning debate about Trump's quote-unquote crimes. But first, we're going to cover other stories first. You know, we're just going to run down through the administration a little bit here. You got Stephen Miller here, you got J.D. Vance, and then finishing off with Trump. Major pause for that. Obviously, before I get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome. All opinions. Just nothing pornographic or grotesque. And guess what? It doesn't have to be political. You could show up and listen to music, play movies, whatever the hell you want to do. It's all welcome. There's no porn movies, though. Don't do that. Talking to you, Muay Thai. No snuff films in my Discord. And obviously, all these videos will be linked in the description box for you to watch on your own without us pausing or talking over it. And you can kind of, you know, get us out of the way and listen to it on your own. So please take advantage of that. All links in the description box. All right. So here we have this lady who I've never heard talk before is apparently Stephen Miller's wife. And I guess she gets wrecked by Cenk Uygur. Let's find out what they say. Here we go.
Why is it that every time someone wants to criticize Mamdani, it immediately comes back to the Jews and the anti-Israel movement instead of actually talking about his viewpoints, which is that
nobody
wants to
said
make
Jews. You just said it. You always do that. We say Israel, you say Jews. We say Israel is a government. Please don't make it about Jewish Americans. And you come back and go, you have to make it about Jewish Americans. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Is Israel a Jewish state? Yes or no?
Yeah. First of all, okay, so Saudi Arabia is a Muslim state, and you can criticize it all day long, all day long. There's no special protection
because
for
what you're doing is you're decoding language
that
to
calls
mock
themselves
American
a Jewish state or a
and to
Muslim
say that
state.
we should not be here and we should not be in existence, and that you would be happy for other people like Mamdani to use it.
I want Israel to be safe.
Nothing of the sort.
Nonsense. You're totally lying. It's very normal for a Miller to be completely and utterly lying.
Quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted.
Let me just stop there. And that's been a kind of notorious talking point / debate strategy in regards to when people try to talk about Israel. They conflate one way or another. If you say, well, Israel's committing crimes, what are you saying the Jews are doing? Huh? What are you saying? And if you say, if you're, whatever, the Nick Fuentes brand, like, it's the Jews that did it. No, it's a state of Israel. It's a state. It's not about Jewish. It's just a state. They just, like, bounce, whatever fits the argument. And that's coming from dishonest people who don't actually care about Israel. Like the people that live there, they don't actually care about them. They're here to win their dishonest
confusion.
argument. Yeah.
It causes confusion, and that's very helpful. Either which way it goes, it causes confusion. It makes you not be able to put it together in thought, so they can continue to do it, and you be like, and then you get called anti-Semitic, whichever way you're fucking talking about it.
Exactly. And I don't know this lady, but when you listen to like the talking point from the PR from Israel, like the administration over there, Netanyahu, and mostly the government itself, you'll hear these conflations and statements like this when they say, even in regards to other people, right? When they say Palestinian, they kind of mix the narrative up with Hamas. So if someone says free Palestine, it's actually an anti-Semitic statement because Palestine means Hamas, and Hamas means kill Jews. And that's what they do. They play word games with all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's been...
And if they're really pissed, they call them Amokai.
the fuck? Like the ancient diss word or something?
I might be. What's Amalekai or something?
I don't know. Either way,
That's what they say when they're really pissed at them.
yeah, but there's like these weird things like, oh, like, we want to protect the Palestinian people, but we also call their areas not Gaza and West Bank, but Judea and Samaria, which is like saying you don't exist. If people at the UN call for a two-state solution, meaning a Palestinian state, they conflate that with, well, you're trying to erase Israel, right? When you say river to the sea, that means you're erasing Israel. You want to kill all the Jews. If you, whatever, like they just do this nonstop, willy-nilly. I'd be like, hey guys, how about this? Let's call it Israelistine or Palarial. Call it that instead. One giant state. Get all the cunts out of there. All the little devil worshippers. Get them the fuck out and let regular people deal with each other. Because this is not, I'm telling you, these things are not even real, really, because of what these governments do. They're gangster businessmen and women that lie to their people to get them to do stupid shit. And that means we can't even start to, like, how do we get good relations between this country or that country or these people and these people? Like, well, you have the biggest elephant in the fucking way. It's blocking the fucking path. And they do it nonstop, and they have their little cronies get on TV and do the same fucking shit. And in this case, I'm not even saying Israel. I'm saying the Trump administration. The same team. Same gangster teammates. Same with Saudi Arabia, same gangster teammates. These guys all work together to fuck us over and get us to pump their gas. Basically. Pump their gas on their limos and their private jets. But we struggle to pay rent. That's what is going on here. But let's continue. We already know these bullshit marketing things. And guess what? This has existed well before October 7th. It's just after the Gaza stuff happened, the blatant genocide, Holocaust-looking scenario. After that, people are like, wait a minute, you're fucking bullshitting me. You're lying to me. You're trying to do PR with me. Like, fuck off. We see you're full of shit now. But before, it was just no one even bothered to care. But anyways, let's continue. Here we go.
Completely and utterly lying.
Quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country.
Who brought your
in which
children into this? What a weirdo.
Nobody.
Piers, I'm going to be done with this if you're
She's
going
a
to
hot
allow
weirdo.
racist and bigoted attacks against one of your commentators just for the sake
I'm not-
that he will not
No,
let
hang
me
on.
speaking.
Casey, to be clear,
I will do
Casey,
that.
to be
Racist and
clear,
bigoted comments.
I'm,
He inserted a line that
Okay,
says
see,
the
hang
Miller's
on.
lie. Is that not coded language for therefore we are Jewish?
No. That is absolutely unhinged. He's saying you...
What'd she say? I can't understand her screaming.
Jenk said... I guess at some point he said the Millers are liars, meaning her and her husband, Stephen Miller, that works for the Trump administration, right? And she's like, oh, that's code word for something that you hate Jewish people. It's code for that. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Like, you're fucking batshit, lady. Like, somebody, Stephen Miller, get a PR team. They need to do some work with her. Like, there's a cleaner way to spread your propaganda. There's a cleaner way to do it, bro. She's struggling right here. The Miller
I didn't
saying,
even know they were Jewish.
he's not even talking about her children. He's saying her and her husband are both fucking liars, which we see that they're doing right now in
Right.
real time. They're fucking liars.
Right.
And she's like, that's code word for I hate Jews. Like, what? That is shit.
No, it's just. So is she's saying we're Jews, therefore you're saying Jews are liars because you're saying we're liars.
If I was Jenk, I wouldn't even have the confused look on my face. I'd be like, no. Like, I'm saying everyone on planet Earth to step to the right, except you two. You two stand right there. I'm calling you two liars. Like, is that what needs to be happening? Everyone, your grandma, your parents, everyone, step to the side. Just you two. You guys are fucking liars. Does it make sense now? How are you gonna spin that one? She's gonna look more and more stupid the more she keeps talking, most likely.
Well,
Let's
therefore, you said 2 Jews that exist in the world are liars. Therefore, that represents all Jews. That's a fucking retort. That's coming.
See, according to my calculations, that what you're really saying is get the amber lamp. All right. By the way, I don't like Cenk Uygur at all. Like, he's been full of shit to me for years. But that look on his face is hilarious.
Right.
That is a funny ass look. He's like, what?
And I tend to like Steve Miller from my point of view. I know you don't, but from my point of view, I tend to like what he says. His wife is fucking up right here. I know.
They're both full of shit to me. Once again, never heard of this lady until now, and a minute and 24 in, I'm like, yeah, she's full of shit, isn't she? See, Dave Smith, it's not that hard. See, like, oh, you're full of shit, aren't you? A little propagandist. But all right, let's keep playing this.
Come on, Pierce. Where are you?
What?
Where are you standing?
God, you're so
Katie,
pathetic.
if I can speak,
Everything's your shield is
speak,
anti-Semite. Fire him, cancel him, America. Oh my God, Israel's feelings have been hurt. Why don't you work for this country?
All right, can we try and get
this country?
Yeah, you are a guest on my show, and I appreciate you coming on the show, and I like you coming on the show.
And I'm saying the 2 other
I
guests
think
on
you're
your
able
show
to
are welcome to participate in these anti-Semitic attacks that is so permeating on CNN and MSNBC.
This is so ridiculous.
She needs a real man.
I'm sorry. I have to jump in here. Somebody
Anti-Semitism
criticizing
is
you
my ass.
personally is not an anti-Semitic attack. If somebody says that you are lying,
Yeah.
that is not an attack on Jews, that is an attack on you. And just stop hiding behind identity. This is all the snowflake behavior that the right is supposedly criticizing the left for, that you're simply repeating here. Yes, Stephen Miller is a destructive force in American society. That is not an attack on Jews. That is no reference to his identity. This is an attack on him individually, and just deal with the merits of this case.
Yeah, pretty simple. I think there was a clip of, I think she's like, I'm going to talk to my husband and get you deported. I think that was actually, let me actually show it if I have it, because I bookmarked something else. It might be this.
It's very normal for a Miller to be completely and utterly lying.
Quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country.
In which you into this. What a weirdo.
Piers, I'm going to be done with this if you're going to allow racist and bigoted
criticizing the left for.
Okay, it's the same thing. I thought there was a clip of her saying, Cenk, I'll have you deported. But whatever. All right, let's move on to the next video here. JD Vance last night, I believe, alongside Erica Kirk, did a TPUSA event, and someone asked about Israel, and typical kind of from the right-leaning side, they seem to focus more so on we give them a shit ton of money as an argument. I would go with criminal stuff, but if you actually went through the criminal stuff that the government of Israel does, you'd have to point at the U.S. as well, and a whole bunch of other nations, let's be honest. Which is why maybe the right, because Trump's in office, don't want to go that far. They don't, and they might not even look into it at all, because they're like, oh, Trump can't do it. If you're saying Trump does bad things, that means you're on the left, which means I can't listen to you, which means I'm going away. I'll see you later. But there are people on the right that criticize, talk about foreign policy, right? Tucker Carlson kind of does. Dave Smith does. Sometimes Candace says little things. I'm just talking about the big time creators, but the shill types don't bring up foreign policy at all, really, and thus more people will find. It seems like more of these kids will find information that says, "Hey, Israel's taking a shit ton of money. We give them a lot of money, or whatever the fuck," and they don't catch wind of the actual crimes, actual war crimes that happen. But either way, let's hear what this kid has to say, asking JD Vance a question about why we give them so much money. Here we go.
I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-$100 billion foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so...
By the way, that used to be taboo to say, like, the Jewish state. They see, like, a kind of taboo to say because they wanted to be seen as secular. But now it's just like out in the open that way, right?
You mean used to, as in like that last clip where
No,
you insult the Millers, you're talking about all Jews.
I'm saying like before people started caring about what's going on with Israel, like when it was just a thing we did, right? We just give them billions of dollars every year and no one even bats an eye because they don't even know what's happening, right? When in that time period, it was more like they're secular because the narrative was about these Muslim states, right, with the war on terror and all that stuff. It's like, look at these Muslim states that there's no democracy there, right, and they're what's the word? Like they're theocratic, right, and a lot of it is extreme and fucking Sharia law and all that stuff. So it was like a little bit taboo to say a religion is running a state. So thus they kind of lean towards the narrative of it being secular. Like, see, look, we have McDonald's, we have gay marriage, whatever the fuck, right? They're like, we're secular. But as of recent, it's become a lot more open to say, like, yeah, we're calling this the Jewish state, which means you're not secular, right? But all right, let's continue.
Yeah, sure.
Like America can't say we're the white state. It's like you can't say that, right? It's like that'd be a taboo thing to say. But anyways, all right, this is a little note I'm throwing in there. But here's JD Vance's answer to that.
Let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy.
That's a lie.
Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time, and that is what the president believes, is that Israel sometimes they have similar interests to the United States, and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the president of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States, they're not controlling this president of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we'd be able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now,
all right, so, I mean, I agree. Israel is not controlling the president of the United States. But are they teammate gangsters? Yes. Are they both criminals? Yes. Along with other states, obviously. And J.D. Vance is a part of that crime, so thus he's also a war criminal as well. I mean, they, once again, without evidence, without any type of judicial process, they are blowing up people in the middle of the ocean to antagonize a war with a country in South fucking America? Now, I'm aware there's a past and precedent for that, right? Shout out to John Perkins, economic hitman. But your average American, they're probably like scratching their heads like, Venezuela? Where the fuck, like, where is that? It's like, we're going to go to war there? Like, why? Why? Then you hear statements like, oh, well, Hezbollah and, right, and cocaine and fentanyl and all this stuff, which doesn't make sense. Like, evidence-wise, does not make sense. Considering fentanyl will be more likely coming through the border, like on land through the border or through the, as they call, West Pacific, right? You know, California, shit like that. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. And yet they're doing it anyways and calling themselves the good guys and saying this is for your interest. I fucking hate that statement. I hate that when they're like, I'm doing this for you. Who? What? Blowing up that child over there? How's that for me? And yes, they blow up children too. They have. Yemen,
So
Yemen, Somalia, Gaza, name it. Yes. Any type of person you want to look at. Plumbers, teachers, kids, grandmas, granddads, aunties, uncles, all these people get massacred around the world, and they do it behind your back and say, we're the good guys doing this for you. Now, thankfully, in reality, they can't actually do things on our behalf like that. Like in a spiritual way, they can't do that. Thank God, because if we actually did have to, like, if their crimes were also accounted to, like, appointed to us as well, we're all going to fucking hell, essentially. Not that I, hardcore believe in that direction, but I'm just saying, like, if God was judging us based on the actions of our government, we'd all be going to hell. And a whole bunch of other the world would probably go to hell at that point. It'd be empty as shit, bro. Empty as fuck out there. So no, it doesn't apply to us, but at the same time, they will do it in our name and say, we're doing it for you guys. We're trying to help you. By stopping boats that are going from Venezuela to fucking Trinidad, by blowing them up in the middle of the ocean without evidence or a judge or a jury, just executions. Then they videotape it and send it to us and say, hey guys, look what the fuck we did. It's like with Yemen. They blow shit up, blow people up, and say, look what we did. We did that for you. Meanwhile, it's like, who are those people? Right? We don't fucking know. But go ahead, Dubster. Or if you were saying something, go ahead.
I'm cutting out right now, I think.
I hear you now.
I think I'm cutting out right now, so give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, to address what he said, yeah, I'm cutting out.
I heard that. To address what he said.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
To address what JD Vance just said there, he's saying, like, first off, we're America first, but we are going to have some allies stuff that we have to. Sure. But the way it looks, if you're actually paying attention, if you look at America first versus make sure Israel's good, it looks like about 60% of our American government's dedication is to Israel being good versus America first.
I agree, but I don't think it's some sort of hardcore loyalty to Israel. I think it's more so, once again, typical dirty gangster government shit, where it's like, we need this satellite state for resources, for controlling the Middle East, controlling the area. They can be our little representative. Them, Saudi Arabia can be like the fucking pincers, essentially, right? They sit on basically like other ends of the Middle East, kind of, right? And they can do things with the countries in between, from Syria to Iraq to fucking Iran, especially Iran, right? And Yemen, throw Yemen in there as well. So
yeah, it's basically, this is our most important aircraft carrier. We better make sure we protect it.
Yeah. And the gangster business deals, and I'm not throwing away the idea of blackmailing of people with maybe ideological dedication towards the country of Israel that are in the administration or in like higher up, let's say like media places that can try to influence people in that direction, all that stuff. I'm not throwing that in the garbage at all, but it's like, I think you need to add some more nuance to it and look how these people move, look how they're behaving, and it to me looks like a giant operation against us, against American people, against Israeli people, against Saudi Arabian people, Syrian, Venezuelan, Mexico, Canadian, Europe. It's against regular people because they want to terraform the earth in their own image, which to me should be spooky as fuck for a fucking, like, like a Christian type believer. That should be spooky as shit that these guys use those languages and use that name and that idea, use that religion to trick people into saying we're the good guys doing the right thing. Meanwhile, they're doing the most horrid shit you could think of. I mean, like, I kid you not, babies. They're not old enough to think of an ideology yet. Massacred in every single type of way you can think of. Starvation, bombing, burning, bullets. Fucking hell, man. Lack of dehydration, lack of health care, on and so forth. And these guys want to put nice suits on and say, we're the good guys. Follow us. And people fucking fall for it. They fall for it, man. And I'm sure JD Vance, because he's a decent talker, I'm sure he's going to get on the podium and he's going to spin words around to put these kids back to sleep. That's that's probably his goal, to put them back to sleep and say, hey guys, nothing to see over here. It's all good. We have your best interests in mind, trust me. And this has been happening forever. This is not just the Trump administration, by the way. For people that want to be like, oh, look, he's a Trump hater. Like, no, this is Barack Obama. This is Joe Biden as well. And you can go further and further back. Bill Clinton, go wherever you want to. You're going to see fucking problems and war crimes in those administrations. And they have to keep that from you because guess what? If you ever find out one day what's really going on with these foreign policy things, I don't even mean conspiracy. I mean on the surface, reported news of crimes that have been committed by all these governments, you're going to flip a shit if you care enough, you know? But if you get locked into this thing, no offense to this kid, but if you get locked into, why are we giving him so much money? Like, you're at pre-K level when it comes to this discussion, if you're stuck on the money part. Although I get the logic of it, and it makes sense to ask that question, but I'm telling you, he hasn't even seen a wink behind the fucking curtain yet. That's my best guess. I don't know this kid, but very possible he doesn't know as much as he may think he knows. But maybe he knows more, to be fair. But let's continue on. Here's JD Vance continuing to spin a web for young kids. Here we go.
You ask about, sort of Jews disagreeing with Christians on certain religious ideas. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the realities is that Jews do not believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Obviously, Christians do believe that. There are some significant theological disagreements between Christians and Jews. My attitude is, let's have those conversations. Let's have those disagreements when we have them. But if there are shared areas of interest, we ought to be willing to do that too. For example, one thing I really, really care about is the preservation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Christians believe that is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified.
Pause.
And also that his tomb is right there as well.
All right, God.
That is in Gaza.
Huh.
So think about what he just said.
Israel and the U.S. care about that site, which is supposed to be Gaza, but Gaza doesn't exist, sir. No such thing.
No. The way he said that was, we got to really be good with Israel, and there's one thing that we really got to focus on is this place in Gaza and make sure they don't destroy it.
I'm sure he has more to add, but
I might be wrong. It might be West Bank. It's in the Palestine controlled area.
Yeah, quote unquote controlled. But as predicted, he's going to use religion to say why we need to blow up children, and not. By the way, not lose a bat of fucking sleep about it either. He'll sleep comfortably, knowing that he does this for a living, and that's, to me, should be scary. And trying to appeal to Christian, like he said that to get a fucking clap from the crowd, most likely. And it's like, wasn't in the height of Israel's bombardment of Gaza, wasn't the Pope, the one who just passed away, wasn't he calling the churches that are in Gaza like every fucking day to pray with them, to say, hey guys, like, hold your head, guys, like, try to survive this. Is there anything we could do? Like, try our best to help. At best we got messages, words that were said instead of like, hey, let's get some aid over there. New Pope, hop on a flotilla and bring the fucking aid in yourself. Imagine Israel fucking shooting flares and rubber bullets at the fucking Pope. You know what would happen?
Or arrest him.
Or arrest him and throw him in one of their fucking dingy fucking prisons where there's fucking, bed bugs and diseases all floating in their dirty fucking floors. All that shit, right? Inhumane conditions, essentially. Shitty food. Imagine that with the Pope, and he came back and testified about it. Not on a jury or in a Senate hearing or some shit like that, but I mean, like, in the world. Like, I'm going to tell you my experience.
Yeah. This is like a public announcement from the Vatican.
Exactly.
We got news coverage all over the world.
It's just, JD Vance has a job to do, and here we go. Now, I do expect him to say, Maybe he says it in this clip, maybe he says it somewhere else, but I expect him to put a little bit of like, all right, I gotta say, like, well, Israel's not, we have some disagreements there with Israel, like just to add some levity to make it sound like he's like being critical to some degree. But in reality, their actions say no. This peace deal they came up with, Israel's been still bombing. Still bombing.
Israel, priority number 1, don't blow up this building.
Yeah, but those kids over there blow them up. Once again, they've still been bombing since this whole peace deal thing. Aid that was supposed to be originally like, what was it, like 600 truckloads of aid, because we have a lot of people there, right? And that's been cut in half, and then it got cut even more. So they're getting bare minimum food, bare minimum nourishment, while also having to eat bombs and bullets. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Israel runs over their own, most likely their own ordnance, like unexploded ordnance that was on the ground. I think 2 guys ran over it. They died, and they blamed Hamas, and they started bombing again after that. When they know Hamas has not been in that area for months, which is like South Gaza Strip. So it's like, like guys, like, don't let them lie to you. I wish I could tell these kids, like, don't let them lie to you. And guys who get like the platform, like Tucker Carlson gets a TPUSA platform. He does. Like, yo, you could tell these kids what the fuck is going on. You could study it and then repeat it to them. And don't just go with Israel and stop there, because I understand that's the topic right now. But that's been a thing. But guess what? There's other things that are happening in the world and that have been going on for a long time now. Bring those up too. Like, here's the fucking Elder Scroll of fucking crimes that have been committed. Like, really go into that. You have the leverage to do so. So why not do that? But all right, let's hear the last like 30 seconds of this. And let's see if JD Vance adds some levity. Here we go.
My attitude is, if we can work with our friends in Israel to make sure that Christians have safe access to that site, that's an obvious area of common interest. I am fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before
protect
the
this building and
citizens,
tourism.
and it is important. Okay, with it, that's an obvious area of common interest. I am fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before the interests of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we're American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's what we're going to do. That's what we try to do every single day. I promise you. Thank you.
I promise. Yeah. Hey, I'd be like, yeah, but if you lie, we're allowed to. What happens if you lie, though? If we catch you lying? I'm sure I'll make up a nice excuse for you.
So,
like, come on.
I promise not to do it tomorrow. I'll take Friday off on lying.
And like, once again, I would assume that like Christians in general, people that practice the faith of Christianity in general, they care if anyone's being harmed, right? Like, oh, that's bad. If we can not do that, that'd be awesome. But what these guys do is they pander to just Christianity. They do. And there's plenty of Christians in Gaza that have been bombed day in, day out for how long now? 2 fucking years? Like, come on. It's just, it's crazy that, I don't know, that people still haven't figured that out. Like, people at Turning Point haven't figured that out. And once again, no offense to Charlie Kirk, but also yes offense. He was helping create that environment where it's like, hey guys, don't look that way, look over here. Look this way instead. Don't worry about the foreign policy stuff. Don't worry about the blown up babies. Focus on, how do we get the Democrats out of office? That was Charlie's job for years. Now I understand maybe he's turning a new corner, later in life. But for the most part, the bulk of his work was to kind of create this or foment this kind of environment of these college kids to where JD Vance gives a lame duck fucking answer and they cheer for it. A clear manipulative rhetoric to trick the audience into being like, oh, it's okay. The good guys are in charge. You're okay. Everything's fine. And Charlie helped foment that thinking pattern. it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about it because he died. Like, I'm just not going to do that. And JD Vance is just taking advantage of that. It's like the Trump administration takes advantage of that.
I just want you to know that Israel and Christians have one common denominator. They want to make sure that this special church is not blown up.
Huh.
So that the tourism of Christians and the money can keep coming.
So the faith can keep flowing in. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the faith, yeah.
Yeah, strengthen ties through faith. Got it. Totally not about money or devil worshiping. All right, let's move on to our final video here. Tim Time Jimmy Jam, also known as Tim Pool, the man in the beanie. And this, what's this guy's channel? It's Warren Smith, Secret Scholar Society, the Triple S. Now, I've seen this guy around somewhat, but I never really listened to his content. And this is going to be the first time I hear it. So this is not just about Tim Pool and him, I guess, destroying a liberal. It's also to hear this guy's rhetoric. And once again, if you're fans of this guy, forgive me off rip, but he sounds like a pseudo-intellectual to me. And I'm really curious because I see the word crimes here. I hope and I'm curious if they go into foreign policy at all because, like I said, I can lay out the fucking crimes for you. They are there. And if that's not brought up at all in regards to Trump's crimes, I'll do it. I'll bring it out. And it'll be crimes that Timmy can't defend, that this Warren Smith guy can't defend. But, you know, I'm just curious. And since he's a, secret scholar society, that sounds very intellectual. I'm sure he sits in a library and reads his script or something. But let's see if the guy knows his shit or not. Let's find out. So, without further ado, Tim Pool leaves liberal guests speechless in stunning new debate on Trump's crimes, quote-unquote crimes. What crimes did he commit, huh? Here we go.
I don't know why you're here.
So Tim Pool has a fascinating new debate. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I've seen portions, but people are asking me to take a look at it. So let's get in.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't?
You don't. Because I asked you a question, you've ignored it. What is the underlying crime?
He was convicted in a court of law, Tim.
What? Oh, my God. What is the underlying crime?
What is the underlying crime?
Okay, let's stop.
And this is the pattern. I'm just going to say the most surface level statement, and I'm just going to make that statement over and over again without knowing anything else.
To everybody who's listening.
Okay. Oh, so I guess this guy breaks down like arguments and points out how good or bad they are. And I assume this is what would this be about? This would be about the whole the Trump mugshot thing and going to court and all that stuff, right? That I think he was he was set free from, right?
The only thing he's been quote unquote convicted of was the rape of the New York, or not rape, sexual assault of the New York woman in the Macy's in the 80s.
Okay. But I thought wasn't that a settlement or something? Or was like straight up you owe this?
It was civil.
Okay.
It was civil, and that's still
so
still
they
conviction.
ruled you owe this money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a conviction. Then.
Still conviction.
Yeah, it wasn't like a private on the side, like, hey, let's sign this agreement.
Well,
I'll give you money.
I don't know. Is civil conclusions a conviction? I don't know. It's not a criminal conviction. It's a civil conviction. As far as I know, I don't know of them ever getting convicted for any of the crime. Well,
I'm gonna be honest. I personally didn't look into.
Oh, in his
stuff.
real estate property thing, what New York did for his claiming that his property is worth so much, and they said you're lying and it was way too much.
Okay. Once again, I'm kind
that
of
was
unaware
another
of
thing.
those
He was
things.
found to be guilty. But I don't agree with the court. I think the court was just politically motivated against him. But I'm just saying the way it came out was he was found guilty of that. Whether it was civil or criminal, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That might have been.
Oh.
The fuck?
What's going on, guys? You recording?
Yep.
I hear you giggling already, but yes, I am recording.
Okay, fair enough. What's going on, Chip? What's going on, Ben Chod?
What's going on, my brother?
All right,
Do you know what, man?
I'm getting back to my video. Anyways,
all right.
fucking hell. Anyways, there are real crimes that you can bring up with Donald Trump. I don't know about I'm sure he's worked with the mob before and he has these financial crimes. I'm sure they're all out there, tax evasion, all that shit, right? But I'm looking more so at the blatant murders of people. I mean, you have him on tape. He's on videotape saying this to Fox News. Was it Fox News? No, I don't think it was Fox News. It was some other publication. Might have been like ABC or something like that. But he did like a sit-down interview, and he said, "Well, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do in Syria? Well, we're gonna keep the oil. We're gonna keep the oil. We're gonna keep our troops there. We're gonna keep the oil." But like that statement alone, in your mind, you should be like, "Huh? I thought this meant. I thought you're doing this for the sake of freedom and, Assad gassing his own people to stop war crimes. You're there for the oil? How could you openly say that and that not be a crime? Hey, why are you funding guys like Al Qaeda and ISIS in Syria to overthrow the government? Like, why are you part of that? Sounds like a crime to me. Now, once again, I know this war on terror thing leaves a lot of wiggle room for, unlawful behavior, and they can just make it sound lawful. But I'm saying to the audience, like, as human beings, is that right? Are you okay with that? I hope the answer is no. And Timmy would have to lie to his audience and say, yeah, I have no problems with that. He'd have to lie to his audience and say, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. But in reality, I don't think he cares because he doesn't cover it, does he?
But look what they're doing in South America.
Exactly. More crimes. More crimes.
They're launching missiles at fucking fishing boats and they're saying they're carrying drugs. Like, what amount of drugs are they carrying on a fucking open fishing boat that they hit with a missile?
Hey, listen, I'll be honest. I personally can't say whether it's a fishing boat or a narco boat. The point is they don't give us evidence. That's the problem. That's the crime
showed a
already.
Video. That's a little fishing boat with a fucking fishing motor at the back. That's not a narco fucking boat. Narcos move shit and fucking freight, my nigga.
But you get my point, though.
300 bricks. Do you think 300 fucking bricks would fit on one of those boats that they launched a missile at?
You're missing my point, though. My point is that they're doing it without evidence, without telling us who these people are. And then the guys some of the guys that survived, they let them go back to their home countries. Do you do that if they're narcos? Two guys survived.
No arrest. Yeah, they didn't arrest them.
Not recently, though, dude. I don't think you've seen the videos that they're doing in fucking off the coast of South America, and they're saying it's international waters.
Yes,
fucking
that's what I'm talking about.
Waters.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's two guys who survived.
Do you know the type of fucking boats you need to be in the open fucking sea? Those boats can't make it in the fucking open sea.
No, they're going from. Some of them were traveling to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, but that's not international fucking waters. That's off the coast of a fucking South America.
Yeah, I know.
That's a coastal region. That's within those countries' freaking borders.
Yes, and what the Trump administration will do is lie and say they were on their way to America, which makes no fucking sense. That makes no sense.
A single fucking motor boat is gonna make it from fucking South America to fucking America. Round of applause, everybody who thinks a single fucking motor boat is gonna make it from fucking South America
to
carry
more
America.
Gas.
But that's what they're telling us.
More gas.
Come on.
That boat couldn't carry the amount of gas it needs to fucking get to fucking America. Much less one fucking big wave will fucking cook that whole fucking boat.
I mean, and
like, dude, I'm fucking from South America, guy. I know the type of fucking boats to be able to go out fucking fishing and the type of boats that just go off fucking coast. Because all it takes is one heavy fucking storm to come with winds and heavy fucking waves, and they're never finding you ever again.
I agree. Well, I'm not an expert at it, but the way these boats and the trajectory of where they were going wasn't to America at all. It was to closer Caribbean islands, and they were going that direction. And they blow them up anyways. Then they tell us, they come back and they tell us, oh, they were narco terrorists. Those were narcos. So like, and I'm like, either way, are you allowed to just blow them up? Are you allowed to just blow them up like that?
Narco terrorists with a fishing boat. What are they transporting on a fishing boat? An open fishing boat on top that you could literally see.
I don't care if it's Pablo fucking Escobar in a fucking 16th century naval ship.
The question I'm asking is, you're saying they're terrorists, they're transporting fucking this and that on an open fishing boat that you could literally see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you're there,
you know what a hull is.
Well,
a hull, HULL. They could carry significant weight.
There's no hull on a fishing boat, my nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
Where do you think you store the fish at? It's the hull.
It's a fishing fucking boat. You store it in the fucking center in the box. You can't have fucking undistributed weight on a fishing boat.
The box is the
you said the
hull.
fucking
Yeah, we're getting lost
the
here.
hull is at the front of a fucking ship, not a fucking boat, my nigga. That's called a bow.
Oh,
we're getting lost here in this.
Look,
we don't even need to argue this right now. Okay.
Back to what you're saying, nigga. Go
500 kilos on these little boats. You want to put a number to it? You could carry 500
Let me ask you, Dubster, is it relevant to
you,
as far as what's being like asked in the crimes committed here? Is it even relevant whether they can carry gas or not? You do agree, like they're extrajudicially just murdering people, right? No judge, no jury, no nothing, no lawyers, no evidence. They don't give us evidence either. They just blow these things up and say, "Well, we did our job. Look at this." And they post it on social media and say, "Look what we did." Is that not criminal on its own?
I've told you many times, Trump's making the wrong arguments for attacking Venezuela. I wouldn't even bother with
it's international water.
Narco terrorists. I know. I would not even bother with that. I would say they're communists. That invokes the Monroe Doctrine, and that's all we have to fucking say.
Okay, we're losing brain cells again.
But with the argument of the boats, he has to establish that there is some type of drugs being transported on there. Just show us some evidence for it. Yes.
Yeah,
otherwise,
they blew up the evidence, nigga.
Exactly. Hey, yo, if they can hit them with a missile with all this fucking satellite technology and see all this shit, why can't they just capture them? Why can't they capture them and then put in front of a judge and say, "Here, these guys are caught with drugs." They can get all the evidence they want.
But the whole thing is, they're not catching. They would have to catch them in international waters. If they catch them off the fucking coast, they're invading another fucking country's jurisdiction.
Do they care?
Well,
they don't
international
care about that.
waters.
They don't care about that.
International waters is 5 miles away from any land.
Whatever.
Yeah, but those guys aren't fucking that far out with those fucking boats, my guy.
Either way, the two guys that survived, I think there's a third survivor now, but the two guys I was aware of that survived were sent back to their home countries.
They let them go.
And guess where they're not from? Where are they not from? Venezuela. They're not from Venezuela. I think one's Colombia and one was Ecuador, I think. So they're not even Venezuelan. At least two of these guys are not Venezuelan. And it's like, huh. But this is all about stirring up shit with Maduro and Venezuela. So make that make sense.
And that does.
And why'd you let them go also? They're narco drug traffickers.
You would think the argument, well, this is deportation. Well, no, you didn't even. It wasn't even a deportation kind of argument. So that's off the table. So then you got Patriot Act, where we arrest terrorists anywhere in the world. So, and you're calling them narco terrorists, you're establishing they're terrorists. So you can arrest them and send them to Guantanamo Bay instantly. They're not doing that. Then that means there's something else. There's a reason why they're letting these guys go that doesn't make sense to laymen.
It's called, most likely, they're not drug traffickers, and they're just killing people as a threat to Venezuela. That's more likely the case. They're just blowing people up.
But like you said, they're not even killing Venezuelans. They're killing fucking more the people off the coastal areas. People don't understand. There's a lot of more coastal areas in front of South America Those are the people that are fucking mostly out there in the water.
Yeah.
Venezuela is more fucking inland, and where their city is far away from the coast. Guyana sits off the coast of South America. 80% of Guyana's population is literally on the coast of fucking South America. One fucking tsunami, the whole country is gone by overnight. I think it'll be like 3% of fucking Guyana's population left if they get hit with a fucking tsunami. And the entire city is below sea level. So I'm telling you, one tsunami in Guyana is off the fucking face of the map. One tsunami, Tobago is off the fucking face of the map. Same thing with Trinidad. And freaking Suriname, their shit is fucking fucked. And there's like a whole bunch of small islands out there too off the coastal regions. Those are the people that's out there.
Yes.
Like Venezuela's fucking huge, guy. Where those guys are, they're fucking inland, like maybe like 4 hours inland off the fucking coast.
But they do have a coastal front, right?
Yeah, but that's not where. They do have a coastal front, but they're still fucking. South America is just a fucked up fucking place, man. Like more of Guyana leans over in front of Venezuela than Venezuela leads to the fucking coast. Like more of like Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad, they're more in front of Venezuela than fucking and Colombia than fucking anything.
Yeah.
Actually, even Colombia is fucking more in front of fucking Venezuela.
I think so, actually. And I'm gonna get back to this video, but I believe 2 or 3 of people that have died are confirmed from Trinidadian, right? If I'm saying that right, they're from Trinidad. So it's like, what is this? What's this $50 million bounty on Nicolas Maduro's head, the president of Venezuela? When you're blowing up,
it's 50 now?
people from Trinidad and Colombia and shit like that. It's 50 million for this guy, for the narco drug trafficker Nicolas Maduro. But all right, either way, let's get back to this video. You just heard us talking here. We've laid out crimes in detail that the Trump administration is a part of, and I'm wondering if possibly Suda, what's his name, Warren, the Warren guy, and Tim Time Jimmy Jam full of shit artist Tim Pool, and the Leprechaun arguing with him, if they can actually contemplate and bring these ideas up in regards to Trump's crimes. Here we go.
Listening. I think my point
Otherwise,
is,
this is a
I can tell you the facts of these cases and why I have doubts, and you don't know anything about them.
So here's a fact. Donald Trump is a 34-count felon.
They intentionally word it that way, as though Trump was convicted of 34 felonies, but it's felony counts. When you actually look at the 34 felony counts, it's truly shocking. Invoice from Michael Cohen, entry in the detail, another entry, another check stub. But this one has a different bearing number, so that's going to be a whole new count. Okay, entry, check, entry, check, invoice, and it says guilty next to each one, and people are acting as though that means he was guilty of 34 felonies. It was one action.
What was the underlying crime?
See, as much as I want to criticize this Warren guy and be like, why are you making this video? I then would have to ask myself, why am I making this fucking video? Because if this is the crime the quote unquote crime we're going with, like there's real shit out there, that these guys are just
the 34 counts.
Yeah, I guess I'll learn something about the case itself. Like Timmy's posturing like he's confident about it, which means it's probably not foreign policy, right? Or the real crimes happen. Even though he claims to care about foreign policy, I usually hear him bring up like one actual idea. It's about pipelines in the Middle East. At best, he's like, I want to. Trump's trying to get us out of Afghanistan, and that's why I'm voting for him. A year later, Trump's like, well, I want that air base in Afghanistan. We're gonna have to go back in there. China might threaten it. You got to get back in there. It's like, so you guys watch. When Trump sends troops, if he hasn't already, sends them back into Afghanistan, Timmy's not going to report it. He's not going to say a fucking word about it. Meanwhile, he claimed that was his biggest deal for supporting Trump. He's going to get out. Trump's going to get out of these wars. Meanwhile, he's starting shit all over the fucking place, or continuing shit all over the fucking place.
Oh shit, yo, this China man with a small dick is still around.
Hey, Chip, check this out. They issued some rules for press, like the press row or whatever, in regards to the Pentagon, right? And the rules that they changed made ABC, NBC, Fox, all these big mainstream publications say, all right, we're out of here. And they just left. You know who they brought in? Jack Posobiec, Tim fucking Pool. Idiots like that are now going to do press for the fucking Pentagon. It's incredible.
Man. Now their bank accounts need to be investigated. How much did they pay you?
Oh, come on. These guys just get away with this shit, bro. This guy had a secret meeting with Netanyahu and got caught. He's like,
who would trust this? Who would trust this guy on fucking holding their toilet paper, much less fucking press information? The fuck?
That's what I'm fucking asking. Like, who the fuck would trust this motherfucker? What the hell, dude? This is what happens. He did the job for all these years. He did the job for the Trump administration. Bullshit, lying, propaganda. He was doing it for years and years and years and years. And now it's paying off. Now he's getting secret money over here, secret meetings over there, Pentagon access. He had access to the press secretary, right? He had the first question with the press secretary. It was a terrible question, by the way, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, was he part of the people that got money from that Russian news outlet?
I believe he was. I didn't look too hard into that, but I've heard plenty of people talk about that, and he is one of those people that were.
I swear he was one of those people where they were saying, who was the one that was funded by Russia and they all got money? I think he was part of it.
Tim Pool was, yeah, $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he was. Whoa, a motherfucker trusts this guy.
Somehow. Like.
Oh man.
Well,
yeah, dog.
I guess
why don't we
follow up
just
to
join these
that
people,
was.
man? Why don't we just join these people and get money, man?
The follow-up to that was it was the FBI that faked being Russian to give him the $10 million. Whether that's true or not, how would we know?
Oh, you got Tom Homan.
Yeah, dude. I should, since I'm a South American, I should seek asylum in America. I should go back home, do the whole fucking trek thing, come over to America, ride your guys' fucking system, and just fucking join these guys. I'll give you guys a fucking cut. And I'll give you all the inside information. You guys just put it out there. Because, man, if it's this fucking easy, dog, I don't know. What the fuck are we doing?
Just no, go to South America, buy a suit and something, get a nice haircut, do all that shit, get on a podium and say, listen, I'm against communism, and this president over here is communist, and the U.S. will come in and mow the fucking country over and appoint you the new president. That should be your plan.
There you go. That's all you got to say.
I'm gonna seek asylum.
Right there with you.
I'm gonna get on that. What were they giving, like $20,000 a month to fucking the people who fucking secretly vote fucking 3 times for fucking Kamala?
I don't know. I can believe it though.
They get $300. They get $300.
What's that gangs in New York joint? Or they show up for voting, they walk outside they shave their beard off, go vote again. Get the fuck back in there. Vote again.
I'll buy like 10 fucking identities and fucking do the whole works, yo. I'll pose as Indian, native, shave my head, come back as black. Yo, my name is Jose now. I'll pose as fucking Dubster Brian, yo.
Goddamn communists everywhere. All right, let's continue, but I'll be honest, folks, I feel as though we're going to make the video, and this is going to be like just kind of boring financial crime shit, but let's give it a chance. Here we go.
The problem I have...
Answer the fucking question.
What was the underlying crime?
Yes.
34 counts.
Whoa. You see how, Timmy's never that confident.
He's a tough guy, eh?
Yeah, this is more confident. Like, when it's foreign policy, this guy shrivels up. He's like, oop, 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 oop. But now he's, very confident because it's probably about gossipy kind of bullshittery of crimes that Trump has done. All right, here we go.
Counts.
Of what?
Okay, falsifying business records was
underlying crime. Name it.
I don't have it right in front of me.
There isn't one.
Okay.
The crime was he gave money to a woman and tried not to make that public. That's what he's accused of.
But
NDA.
So you're saying that the judge got it wrong, the jury got it wrong, he had the right to
For
defend
the love
himself
of all
in a
that is
courtroom.
holy, this
Y'all
is
got
the
it wrong.
problem with
Okay.
this country.
Y'all got it wrong.
This is not the
What
problem.
was
Stormy
he charged with?
Daniels.
Just
That's
give
what
me the sentence.
it
Give me a
was.
single phrase.
What I know is that he was a 34-count felon convicted.
Oh my God!
Law. That's what I know.
What was he
I don't have
charged
the
with?
case. I don't have the case right in front
You
of
don't
me.
know.
I don't have the case right in
You
front
are
of
in
me.
a cult.
It's already a stretch just to even call him a felon.
You are in a cult. Hey, this is gonna be worthy. I don't know. Timmy's
This is
so
old.
confident.
This is an old topic. I don't know if you got an old video or it's an old topic that they're just rehashing.
This was recommended to me. It's from a day ago.
Okay, but it is an old topic. We've
Well,
been talking about
Dubster,
this for 2 years.
come on, Dubster. There's no other news out there, man. There's no other news to cover, so
Okay.
we got to go here. You know
Okay.
what? Let's do a mini audible. I'm not saying I'm leaving this video, but let me just. God damn it! I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Let's see what he does cover here. Andrew Wilson exposes Luke Beasley's shocking ignorance. Accountant delivers brutal truth to client who blames. Michael Knowles causes debate moderator to implode. Attack the audience. Charlie Kirk was right all along. Officer Tatum uses logic to prove. So what I'm guessing here is this guy's also full of shit, isn't he? And these guys magically make their way onto Joe Rogan's podcast. And it's like, someone's falling for this pseudo-intellectual bullshit, bro. They actually are. The students make a stand. Okay. Students show professor what it's really like to be conservative on campus. Piers Morgan just ended another liberal politician's career live on air. What the moment Candace helped Charlie Kirk counter the left's most powerful attack? You find out what that is? Most powerful attack, yes. When I see Michael Knowles and Officer Tatum destroying people, I'm like, oh, you're a pseudo-intellectual full of shit motherfucker, aren't you? Holy Christ. Leftists claim black students were lynched on campus. Okay. Students mob young conservatives trying to carry on Charlie Kirk's, I assume, legacy. Don Lemon's lies. Okay. Don Lemon. Wrecked, destroyed, exposed. Like, you're still on Don fucking Lemon? Holy Christ, man.
That guy ruined his fucking career so bad.
He's been trash, though. He's been horrendous.
No, but he ruined his career.
It's not even on the mainstream anymore, though. He's just doing his own thing with his YouTube channel.
Yeah, but he's still looking like a fucking retard trying to play victim and throw the racism card. Everything is fucking racism. But then that nigga that nigga's like part of the fucking, he's like those black people that are part of the fucking white group, but screams racism. I was like, what?
It's like, you just heard us, like in this video, you just heard us in the Discord talking to each other. And somehow that hasn't hit this guy's radar. That they're blowing up boats in the middle of the fucking ocean. It hasn't hit his radar yet, has it? I don't see anything about it. And once again, Matt Walsh's Officer Tatum, Jesse Lee Peterson, like, come on, bro. He's like stuck in 2017 or some shit. You gotta grow up, man. You gotta move on past this stuff. But people are eating it up, or either he's bot farming, or people are loving hearing leftists destroyed. Still,
Doesn't that Tim Pool guy bot farm also, or use fucking bots? Wasn't there something about him with bots?
Hey, I can't say I know, but if I had to guess, fuck yeah, he does. Fuck yeah.
Somebody did a whole video with his views, and they were like, "Yo, your views ain't fucking adding up, and the numbers ain't adding up," and they were like, "Yo." They're like, there's something he was doing with fucking bots.
All these full of shit artists, fucking most likely ViewBot, bro. Let's just be honest. But yeah, Matt Walsh reveals a secret that makes him so unstoppable. Once again, Matt Walsh doesn't cover an inkling of what we just said in this one fucking video. Imagine all the other stories that are out there that guy doesn't fucking cover. What are we talking about? If the point is to expose corruption, wherever you see it, right? This guy's struggling, and the people he's covering are also struggling. Like, I'm like, show me one thing of real substance in regards to any of this stuff. Like, where is it?
Who's Matt Walsh again? Let me get on my
He's a
little
dweeb.
Google here. Is he that guy with glasses?
Yeah, he's a trans man that works for Daily Wire.
Whoa.
What?
Matt Walsh. Okay, I know this fucking ding dong.
There it is again. The Constantine guy. He's another pseudo-intellectual. Horrendous. Especially when you bring up foreign policy, it exposes people like no other. Because they have to sit in front of you and justify blowing up children. You have to actually do that. And if, God willing, one day Dave Smith wakes the fuck up and realizes that he has that as an argument for himself, not just for the sake of winning, but because, hey, you guys are in my little content creation neighborhood, and you're out here lying to people. I'm going to show everyone that you're a fucking liar. And then go from there. It's pretty simple. I accidentally started a war with Tim Pool, and he nuked me. He destroyed me. Tim Pool's so impressive. Liberal YouTubers. So I'm assuming that these things just like, where's the substance at, my man? There's a whole world going on. And it's like, I could see why there be possibly like a legit fanfare, because it's easy to, like, you just turn your brains off. There's no feelings about it. There's no, like, consequences, really. There's no, like, oh, this isn't going to be like some world-changing event. It's more so, oh, this leftist got owned. This blue-haired leftist got owned on campus today. Right? There's nothing of real consequence there. I mean, there is, just to be fair to life, but as far as like the topics he could be covering, he's just like, nope, no thank you. He is unstoppable. The left's bro whisperer expose his own insanity live on stream. Okay. Like, I don't want to. The Tim Pool video and topic is so stupid. No, all right. This is probably his best video, right? It's gotta be, or like the closest that I would agree with. Gotta be this, right? Let's give him a chance.
This is crazy. We have the missing minute from the Epstein footage. Something happens in this that caused them not to want to release this. Why did they claim it?
Okay. So, yeah. This should be good, right? So, there won't be any missing information. He has a library behind him. He must be very smart. And we should be able to hear something interesting. He has the old style globe. You can see it up here, right? It usually means you're smart as well. And I guess we'll find out. Here we go.
This is crazy. We have the missing minute from the Epstein footage. Something happens in this that caused them not to want to release this. Why did they claim it didn't exist? If you were in a fictional world going to orchestrate something like this is exactly how it would look. We see a guard walk in the direction that he would go to Epstein's cell. We see the next guard come out and stand in the middle of the room a few moments after the other guard and watches as if he's waiting for something. The other guard returns. Is it the same? Could be someone different. His face can then be picked up on camera as he walks up the stairs and exits. And that's...
Picks up the phone, he's like, job done. Walks away.
That's the footage that was missing, according to officials.
There was a minute that was off the counter, and what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing.
If CoffeeZilla's 3D rendering is accurate, we can logically deduce it is absolutely possible to reach his cell and not be caught by the cameras. So why did Kash Patel lie about this?
There's just no way that you could have run an op.
Who's he looking at?
And had people go into that cell.
Look at this fucking guy's eyes, yo.
Video of it.
This camera angle, it's strange that it's positioned to...
I call him an Indian hobbit.
That nigga's eyes, like, one of them is like, yo, where am I looking? And the other one's looking at him like, where are you looking, homie? I don't know. You know when your homie says something out of pocket and you're standing next to him and you look at him? That's what his eyes do.
Like a raised eyebrow. Like a raised eyebrow.
Yeah, it's like, nigga,
eyebrow.
you out of pocket. The left eye is looking at the right eye like, nigga, you out of pocket, red guy.
I used to say that about Trace McGrady. Like he's shooting a free throw with one eye and he's looking at the girl in the front row in the other eye.
When this guy's talking, somebody should be like, yo, your stories, you can't keep a straight story, like, you fucking can't keep a straight eye.
He's an Indian hobbit, bro, I'm telling you. Well, listen here, Joe. All right, here we go.
And not have any video of it.
This camera angle, it's strange that it's positioned to just the point where it can't cover the entire staircase. It is possible to make it up that staircase.
Experts who viewed the video say the limited field of view makes it impossible to definitively conclude that no one used those stairs in that time period.
My understanding from the data is they could simply walk from that door, slip up the right side of the staircase, and they're there. Boom. And then they're out.
Our replication.
I'm sorry. It's just, I'm sorry to be mean to the guy. So like, I'm kind of agreeing with him with this video. It's just when you say like data, it's like he tried to sound smart. Are you like you doing that on purpose, bro? Like I have to ask questions like that sometimes. Forgive me. But all right, here we go.
The prison shows the same conclusion. If we have Maxwell walking from the shoe entrance to Epstein's cell, we can't see him from this camera angle, even though if we make the walls transparent, obviously we can see him. But in the raw footage, we'd have no way of knowing if somebody walked this direction.
Why would so many people so blatantly lie?
There's just no access points into places like this in the detention center he was in. If they had gotten into the cell, you would see it.
We now can see that's not true.
It's not a full view. You can't see everything. And as you can see in this excellent CBS investigation, you could actually access this stairway and Epstein's cell from a doorway invisible to the camera.
But with the private...
Yeah, but we should be asking the question, like, why isn't there a camera? Why would you have a camera pointed at that can cover everyone's cells? Right? That'd be the camera you would want in a fucking prison, right?
That's one of the two cameras that are down. The one that can see his cell, and then the other one was you can see the whole pod.
Oh, okay. They're just old 1999 cameras that just malfunctioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just broken. Got it.
Yep.
But this camera
most important prison or jail in the United States.
I mean,
1999 cameras.
But that camera that's looking at the garbage can, we need that one, don't we? That's so necessary. Who knows what could happen with that garbage can, you know what I'm saying? But the jail cell with the fucking inmates in it? Oh, we don't need... Fuck it. We'll get on that tomorrow or a couple of weeks from now. We'll take care of those cameras. We'll fix them.
Right.
Like, think about it. Like, it would have to be, like, on those exact days is when they malfunctioned and broke. And no one's going to buy that shit. Right? And there's no way they were sitting there broken for, like, years or months, right? They'd be fixed immediately, wouldn't they? This is a fucking jail.
So you see those stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, and that cell is Epstein's cell, right?
Yes, I believe.
So you see that back wall at the end of the group of cells?
Yeah.
That's where the camera that doesn't work is. Didn't work that day.
Oh, God. Brilliant. All right, let's keep playing. And I did see some of the CBS like exclusive coverage where they debunked a whole bunch of shit and also showed like through the metadata. Well, that was from Wired, but they kind of use it in this story as well. The Wired article that showcased that the metadata shows that the video forensics showed that this video was edited in some form or fashion, was put through a fucking editor at some point. And which is why like the questions we were asking when we first saw that, right? It was like, why did the aspect ratio change? Why is there, editing UI popping up on the screen? It's because they put it through a fucking editor. Then they told us that, no, this minute is missing because of, as we saw from Pam Bondi, 1999 technology. It just resets. And then they end up releasing us that minute anyways. And it's like, what? So
right. How'd you do what was impossible?
Exactly.
That was a problem that you couldn't do originally.
And they just move on like nothing happened. It's crazy. Pam Bondi just moves on and does her job Cash Patel moves on and does his job. It's crazy. It's like either you're lying about that missing minute or you didn't look hard enough, meaning you didn't actually like bother to investigate it, which is what you claim to be doing. And you did a PR release of the fucking Phase 1 Epstein files, or binders, which everyone already knew and already had. It was already on the internet. With, guess what? With more information than what they actually gave us. Funny enough. It's embarrassing. Now, to go back to this Warren Smith guy, you would think logically, you'd be like, okay, if they did all this shit to lie to us about this case, it shouldn't bother them in any form or fashion, right? What the fuck? Like, that shouldn't hurt Cash Patel if we find out who Epstein's killer is. It shouldn't hurt Pam Bondi or Donald Trump. But yet they lied anyways. It begs the question, what else are they lying about? But something tells me he'll stop there and go back to, blue hair leftist gets destroyed by, Andrew Klavan of Daily Wire. See, look. It's just like, yo, there's more shit out there. Like, this is one thing, but like, there's just a whole fucking canopy of fucking information out there about different stories that this guy could be covering. I don't. Maybe he's worried his fans will get mad or something. Like, go back to destroying leftists, bro. We want to see that. But all right, what's the plan? This is like the only significant story I've seen so far on this guy's channel, and it's the shortest of all of them, which is funny enough. Here we go.
Primary entrance here, the pathway from the entrance to the stairs is completely out of view of the camera.
Because we can only see the left side of the staircase.
You're going to get the video of the cell, and you're going to see for yourself.
Something happens that caused them to withhold this. We know that. Otherwise, why did they withhold it?
We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans.
We were told we'd be given a modified and the original footage. Instead, what we got are 2 modified videos because both were edited in Premiere Pro. Now, it isn't clear exactly what was edited, but expert forensic analysts who spoke to Wired said the footage wouldn't stand up in court, had 1 minute, no wait, actually 3 minutes missing, and now there are reports that the DOJ has the full footage, but just hasn't released it.
If I'm looking at this objectively, this does not add up. I would be a fool to not sense something fishy going on here.
To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive.
I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this because
my bad.
I've never seen so many government officials be caught up in blatant lies. This is crazy. We have.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen that quite a bit. I mean, maybe he didn't look back at the Iraq War thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't look back at that one. But yeah, caught up in blatant lies, man. Syria's another one. We just talked about Venezuela. More lies, more bullshit. I mean, blatant. And there's information out there. I just wish this Warren Smith guy would go give it a look one day. I mean, maybe he's read all these books. He must be like, studious, he might, for sure, right? Why stop at Epstein, man? Look more. Like, what else could they be lying about? Also, I heard 0 mentions of Trump in this one, which is kind of crazy. Maybe he did a video on that already. I'll be fair to him. Maybe he did a video on that already. Where Trump's like, why the fuck are we still talking about this? It's a Democratic hoax. It's like, so you're lying. He's lying too. Thus, what else are they lying about? Right, Warren? I guess they got to focus on these blue-haired leftists getting destroyed. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious. How much do I have to scroll before I find like a real news story? Okay. Hitman arrested. A hitman's confession proves Iran's plot to assassinate Trump. Holy fucking Christ. He's doing the thing, isn't he? He's doing the thing, isn't he? I'm sorry, guys. I have to think that. He's doing the thing. He's one of those guys. He's Tim Pool. Wait, what's this? Okay. Cornel West and Candace Owens settle their beef. Pause. might watch that one later. Not this guy's version, but the actual video itself. I'm curious. Because Candace was nonsensical on a whatchamacallit? Fox News interview. Just terrible. Just doing her, propaganda stuff. And Cornell West, like, oh, what's going on, my dear sister? Right. But anyways, all right. I'll leave the video there. This is not exactly how I planned this video to go. I was hoping it was like something like, okay, crimes. Let's go over that. And apparently it's that old shit that you were talking about, Dubster.
Right. 2023, 2024, Trump faces the gauntlet of you want to be president? Well, you're going to have to go through all this court shit.
Yeah, and it's like, man, I'd figured
it's old.
There'd be newer stories to go over. There's so many things out there, right?
Right.
But
he won.
This guy comes off as a person that A, pseudo-intellectual, B, they get the phone call. He's one of those guys, it seems like.
Jack Smith is in all kinds of trouble for what he did. We're 2 years past that story. So maybe Tim Pool redid something and that was a new video on something that was old. But who cares?
I'm just like, how did this guy get to Joe Rogan's podcast? Once again, he doesn't even sound like bright in a way. Like you can listen to Nick Fuentes, and be like, oh, he sounds kind of like a bright kid, right? This guy didn't even sound that way. So I'm just okay. All right, there it is. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Yeah, we went over some more important stories we went over already. With J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller's fucking wife going apeshit and calling everyone anti-Semitic. Yeah, if you have any comments, please go ahead. If you're a fan of this Warren Smith guy, because usually some of these fans usually show up and they're like, "You're stupid, shut up," with no real argument. Like, I beg you to, since you're a fan of this intellectual, please, and you've read all the books he's read, please make a fucking argument. Don't just say I'm dumb. Please, like, make an argument for how I'm dumb, actually. Like, really do that. They usually don't. I usually get a lot of content creation advice from some of these fans as well. Hey, man, if you want your channel to grow, you should do this. Right? I'm like, oh, God. What about the information? Did you listen to the information? No, man, your mic sounds bad. I'm like, bro, leave me alone. Go away. But yeah, leave your comments if you feel like. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. For the Halloween season. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow.
No, it's always Halloween. Trust me. Once it's October, it's always Halloween. Every single fucking day. The way it is.
Okay.
And also, everything I showed you here will be linked in the description box for you to watch on your own if you don't like us pausing, or if you don't like our takes, or you don't like our microphones, or whatever the fuck you're mad about. You don't like Chip saying fuck 50 times and me saying fuck 60 times. If you don't want to hear that, go watch it on your own. I will link them for you. Pause. And obviously, most importantly, with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.